2-0 loss to Fulham. And we're going to start off looking at Nathan Clark's tweet. What's this one all about, Sim?
This one, so he's got like, he's done this like rolling 5-game XG thing here for the whole season. So you can see, so the green one is obviously for, red is against. You can see obviously the beginning of the season. Well, if you look at last season, you see like it was quite inconsistent. Started the season really well, and then it was quite inconsistent. This season, I think it tells the story of the season. Obviously, beginning like pretty good actually, but then obviously it's gone really bad. We can't really see it because we're covering it, but obviously the red is really overtaken at the moment at the top. But I think the joke is like it's starting to flip again. You can see the green and red are starting to get close again, right there on the front. So he's done that meme. I don't know if you've ever seen that meme of the guy who's digging for diamonds and he gives up just before he's about to hit them. So that's I think he's joined up. He's joined up the other meme.
Can't say I have.
Well, it's a well-known meme if you're on the internet. The meme is there's a guy digging for diamonds, and just as he's about to hit the diamonds, he gives up. That's the meme. So he's making a joke about that, but whether you believe that or not, I don't know. But yeah, look, the evidence suggests that we are getting a bit better. I guess that's the point.
Next up is Spurs Express. Only Ipswich Town, Leicester and Southampton have picked up less points than us over the last 15 Premier League games. That is shocking.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible.
We're looking at like 3 of the worst ever promoted sides as well.
Yeah.
The only teams that are worse than us. But
over the last 15 games, yeah.
Next up is Dom Solanke on his Instagram, says work to do to get back to our best after the break.
Yeah,
a lot of work to do.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. So they say that.
You know what I mean? I hate seeing these messages. I mean, I used to like it, and now it's just like it seems to be every game.
Well, you know, if you don't, but the thing is, if they don't say anything, you get people. I don't want to call them out. You get people like Brian, like, why are they saying anything? You know, he always calls people out for being silent.
Brian actually says the opposite. Actually, Brian hates these kind of messages, I think.
But I've also seen him call out people for not saying anything.
Have you?
Yeah, so. Maybe not Brian specifically, but I'm saying that you get these fans.
You heard that, Brian. He's calling you out. You're getting called out over here, Brian.
Brian, I love you. But what's it called? You do get fans who just like, if you don't say anything, why aren't they saying anything? Why are they silent? They're not even fronting up. And then they do say, oh, you say the same thing, everything. So they do. They win if they kind of lose either way.
So you're saying they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't.
Basically, you just need to win games. That's essentially the point.
Yeah. And Bergval on Instagram says, we know that this is not good enough. We will come back stronger after the break. Thank you for the support as always. So
another one. Fair play to
Bergval is one of the players that I
you can like, exactly.
You know
he's a young player doing well, so you don't mind it.
Because he's doing well. You know what I mean? If you're consistently putting in shit shows, then
you're not going to like it.
It's kind of hollow. This is the wheel of excuses from Ange Postecoglou. Injuries, Mr. Hindsight, the fans, Brexit, the pitch, the media, global warning, Yves Bissouma. Apparently he mentioned the pitch again yesterday, but I
didn't see that anywhere. I watched all his interviews. I didn't see him anywhere blaming the pitch.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe word gets around. Maybe it's weird Chinese whispers, but maybe he did. I haven't seen it though.
I didn't see it either. So that was the Bergval one again. Next, Ricky Sachs says, unacceptable and inexcusable for Tottenham Hotspur to suffer 15 Premier League losses in a season. What is even worse is we are still only in March. This is the most defeats for Spurs in the league since 2008-2009, with 9 games still remaining. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's terrible. It's terrible. And yeah, I think there's no excuses for that many defeats. That's the truth.
Yeah. Next up is Ben Davis. Spurs tweeting out saying congratulations on reaching 350 appearances for the club. That's a hell of a lot of appearances.
That's mad. Ben Davis made that many appearances. Why can't we have like I don't want to shit on Ben Davis, but like I wish like we had like a world-class player to make that many appearances. You know what I mean?
How many did Kane make?
Probably less because he was there for. He was there. Actually, probably must be more than Davis. Sonny. Maybe like, can't we have like a Nestor or Maldini to do that? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why'd you have to be Ben Davis? That's my only point. But fair play, Ben. Big up to you. Didn't have your best game yesterday, but good servant.
Yeah, this next one are texts that were exchanged between Dele Alli and Ruben Loftus-Cheek yesterday. Obviously, we'll get into, we've got the things out after that, but Dele Alli did reveal a conversation that he had with Ruben after the game. Obviously, Dele Alli came on for his first game in 2 years for Como.
Great to see.
Against AC Milan, which was lovely to see. But unfortunately, he did get sent off 10 minutes later for a challenge going into the back of Ruben. So Dele messaged him saying, "Mad ting, picture looks bad though. I just tried to clip your heel." And then there's a bit that's rubbed out, and he says, "When the ref went to VAR, I didn't even know it was for me." And then Ruben Loftus-Cheek replied saying, "Bro, I had no clue. I stayed down because I was blowing." And then Dele Alli says, "Don't piss me off. I'm putting this in a photo dump. Is that calm?" And if you scroll down, you can see what the challenge was. So George Stokey says, after Dele Alli was sent off 10 minutes into his Como debut, former Spurs teammate Kyle Walker attempted to plead with the referee to take back his decision despite playing on opposite sides. That's real teammates. And yeah, pick up Kyle Walker for that, by the way.
Yeah, fair play to him. Bit of an English affair in that one, isn't it? You got Walker, Loftus-Cheek, Dele, you got Tomori. A lot of English players there. But yeah, fair play to Walker. Obviously, I'm sure he would have been just as happy as anyone to see Dele back on the pitch and just as devastated as all of us to see him getting sent off within 10 minutes. So, look, hard luck happens, unfortunately. I don't think it was like the worst challenge in the world, but wasn't a great challenge either. So I don't think you can have too many complaints.
Yeah, so if you just scroll down, this next one is, a small clip of the sending off. And
I think he just gets it a bit wrong.
Clipped his heels.
No, he kind of scrapes down the back of it, you can see. His stud scraped down the back of his heel. So there's not a great challenge. I think he kind of gets a bit unlucky. You can see what he's doing. I think he tries to clip it, but his foot then goes over his heel and then scrapes down the back. I don't think he meant to do it, but fortunately in this day and age, you make that kind of challenge and you're risking it.
Yeah, but big up to you, Dele Alli. Great to see you back on the pitch, and hopefully after he serves his suspension, we'll see him get back to his best. That's what we all want to see. Cuti Romero takes to social media after the game as well, and he says, "We're not happy with our current situation, but this group will always stand up and take responsibility for everything that happens at the club. Let's all continue to stand together. Once again, fans, thank you for always being there."
Yeah, and he can hold his head up high after a good performance, but obviously, unfortunately, he had to go off. He does tend to make these statements a lot, Romero.
Yeah, he does.
So, look, fair play, put out a statement, and I hope we take it on board. But at the moment, I don't think a lot of fans are receptive to it.
Football Confidential giving us those quotes on Bissouma from Ange Postecoglou in the press conference after the game. He says, "I feel Spiss sometimes lets the game drift him by. He needs to be more dominant. Today we need more in that position. I had needed to play because he hasn't played a lot. At the same time, I need him to perform. It's safe to say maybe Biss and a few guys lack a bit of confidence, but at this stage of the season, we need people to perform." And I think all those things are true on Bissouma. He definitely seems as though he's lacking confidence at the moment. He seems as though he's massively lacking in the quality. Where is that Biss gone that can actually dominate games from the midfield area, take the game by the scruff of the neck and be able to drive the team up the pitch? That Bissouma seems to be long gone.
Yeah, and as I say, I think he seems to know he's on his way out, and his performance level has dropped accordingly. He just seems to not feel the kind of, maybe he doesn't feel the love, or maybe it's just a mentality thing. It's hard to put your finger on why it's happening, but clearly is happening. And some people, when they know they're kind of not wanted, they check out a bit. I think that's what we're seeing from him.
Yeah. Spurs Express, 14th in the Premier League, 10 points off the top half.
Yeah,
that is mental. 10
crazy.
Points off the top half.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. You never know. 11th can get Europe this season. Right?
Exactly. So we're still in the fight for Europe. We are still in the fight for Europe.
If everything goes our way.
Yeah.
What do we need? We need Manchester United to win the Europa League. Obviously, if we don't win it.
If we don't win it, yeah.
We need Bournemouth or something to win the FA Cup. I think that's one of the situations, or a team that has finished in the European positions to win the FA Cup.
They finished in the like maybe a Brighton.
Yeah, a Brighton still in it. Yeah, so anyone in the European, basically, we need a lot of things to go our way.
Well, I think Newcastle was one of the things, wasn't it? If they finish in the European position, and then I think do we need Chelsea to win the Conference League? Yeah, it's not impossible.
Next up is the Romero thing, which we've been through. This next thing from the Spurs Insider, which was a video that we did share on our social media, is Ange Postecoglou clapping back at a fan that was critical of him yesterday.
Well, I mean, I don't know critical of anything, shouting names at him. I think
What did he shout exactly?
Apparently he was calling him a knobhead or something.
Knobhead.
Yeah. I think apparently before the video some fans were saying he was calling him a knobhead, and then he was shouting that. But yeah, look, it's not a good look for Ange as well to get so irate about it and clapping back. Like, he's also human, so they don't react to best situations, especially just after a loss. We've seen he can be a bit prickly, and I think definitely that's evidence of that. Interesting, Tell was the one, obviously, backing him up, just trying to show respect or something. Obviously, I don't like what the fan did either, as well. I mean, people just shouting things like that. I mean, I just don't agree with.
I also don't agree with the fan calling Ange names here. I don't agree with that as much as, I'm being heavily critical of Ange, but I'm not one to be there and call him names, and I don't agree with it. But this happens week in, week out in the Premier League, right? And the majority, 99.9%, pretty much ignore it. And Ange seems to clap back like way too often.
Well, it probably happens to him every game. We only see the time he claps back, but he has clapped up a few times for sure. Definitely, that happened at City, happened at Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Maybe there was another time it happened. I mean, I don't think he jumps into the crowd or anything, but he definitely doesn't ignore it. That's for sure, and that's what he should be doing. But after a loss, the emotions are raw, and he's also he's human, but for sure he shouldn't be clapping back. There's nothing good that can come of it, and yeah, I think it's stupid.
James saying this was crazy to me. This little Jed Spence skill in the game yesterday.
Yeah, that was nice.
He's so good at stuff like that, Spence.
And he uses his body so well,
yeah.
And he's so physical. It's great.
Next up, BLTHFC. No Spurs for 18 days.
Yeah,
we can all get behind that.
Well, we need some of that Europa League action.
This is how I woke up this morning, dancing around my bedroom.
Well, getting ready to talk about Spurs loss for 3 hours,
knowing that there's no Spurs for 18 days.
What is this game? Well, I don't understand. I don't know what this is. Someone made an animation.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, it's got Sonny, Richarlison, Ange. Someone actually made this. What? I thought if you could take the FIFA or do something with it, maybe. But someone actually animated this. This is crazy.
I don't know. Maybe it's some sort of AI thing. I don't know.
AI, maybe. That's crazy.
Spurs Army. This was when Matisse Tell came into the away end yesterday. A lot of people saying, yeah, he jumped in to say hi to a family member. Well, as you can see, he didn't.
Yeah, you can see on the clip here, it's very clear. He's talking to the fans. These are not family, I can tell you that. And obviously, as you can see, these young guys at the front here were very, very irate. They were shouting things, and he decided to, take a look and walk in. That video starts from just when he got into the crowd. I had a shot of him noticing it and then walking in. I don't really know what they were saying, but he was saying we need to be together. Everyone needs to calm down. He's trying to foster some sort of togetherness, but at the moment, a lot of fans aren't having it.
Yeah, and credit to him, man. Credit to him, because it's so easy for you just to walk off the pitch and just ignore the fans. It's just so easy.
But then again, if that interaction doesn't go his way, we're probably saying he's an idiot for going in the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's also true. But if the interaction doesn't go as what are you saying? If something bad happens?
Yeah, I know. A fan hits him or turns physical somehow.
If that happens, then that's completely on the fan. You know what I mean?
Unless he defends himself, and then all of a sudden it's a bad look. You know what I mean? But no, I agree.
You looked at Eric Dyer when he climbed up the stands to protect his brother. I mean, that could have gone horribly wrong.
Well, he got banned.
Yeah, I'm saying it could have gone horribly wrong in the stands. It could have turned nasty, is what I'm saying. But I still completely back and defend Eric Dyer for doing that, to go and try and protect his brother.
Yeah, I would like to see more of this in football in terms of the connection between the fans and players. Obviously, it's so separated. I saw someone say it's more the mentality in the continent and in Europe to be more accountable to the fans, and in England, where all the players just avoid the fans and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and maybe that's kind of what he's thinking.
Brought that over from Germany.
Hopefully, and I like it. I've got no problem with it. I'm just saying, it could have got, if it went in a different way, we'll be thinking about it differently. But
he actually has previous of it, because in his last game for Bayern Munich, he did it as well to say goodbye to the fans. He actually went into the fans to say goodbye to them.
That's great. And so, look, maybe he's ingratiating himself, and I'm glad that he's trying to, I don't know about play peacekeeper, but he's trying to foster some sort of togetherness, and he's trying to tell the fans, look, I know it looks bad, but we are trying, and we have to be together. And I don't know if he really didn't believe that what he was saying. I don't know if he does that. I don't know if he's just doing it for a PR move. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe I feel like he has to really kind of believe it if he's going all that way into the fans to do it.
Maybe. Next up is a video that's been deleted, so we'll go to the next one.
There's Sonny saying goodbye to go to international
left
duty
straight away. Bissouma's last 5 starts for Ange, he's been taken off at half-time 3 of those games.
And
Arsenal,
the other 2 was
Bournemouth
just
and Fulham.
And the other 2 was around the hour mark.
Yeah, which is mad. 3 games at half-time in the last 5.
He's been terrible. He's just not. He's been rubbish, and he's been deservedly as well. He's just not been involved in the games, and. As I say, Bissouma before, even if he was like not having a great game on the ball, and maybe was giving the ball away a bit too much, like he would still give you some like really good defensive numbers a lot of the time, and get involved in a lot of duels and make tackles and stuff. But now he's not doing even that as well. He's like just so bad.
Yeah. Charlie Parrish next says, I know it's just about Europa now, the injuries, etc., but it's just bad, isn't it? 15 defeats out of 29. Even if Spurs did somehow pull off the Europa League, I feel it might not be worth persevering with Postecoglou for a 3rd season. It's been generally poor for ages. Do you agree?
No, I don't agree. I mean, I do agree in general that it's been very poor, yeah, and it's bad. 15 defeats of 29 is very bad. I agree with that. Do I agree that even if we win Europa League, we shouldn't persist with him? I don't agree with that. It depends. If we just lose all our 9 games and badly, and then we win Europa League and we just fluke it, then yeah, maybe not. But I think if we show general progression, like performances are getting better, performance and results get a bit better, and we win Europa League as well, I think it would be worth persisting with him.
I don't know, man. Like right here, right now, if we were to win the Europa League, which I can't see it, but if we were, I'd probably think a bit differently at the time. But right now, sitting here on the 17th of March, I just think like even with you winning the Europa League, it's probably the best it's ever going to get for Ange at Spurs. So I just can't see, like with this league form, with the way we've kind of handled our league campaign this year, it's just been nothing short of a disgrace, and I can't see a way that he turns it around. So I probably would just cut our losses at the end of the season.
I think if he wins Europa, I think that would be enough for me to suggest that he can do something with this team.
James Moore says Spurs have taken 44 points from the last 38 games, so not relegation form actually.
Yeah, 44 is enough to stay up, isn't it?
Oh, that's what it's come to now. Simon Yameni says the last 3 goals we conceded have come from a direct consequence of us shifting centre-back partnerships mid-game, in my opinion. It's confusing for the players involved and has led to miscommunications in and around the box. Neither RZ or Fulham looked close to scoring before we made those subs.
Yeah, I completely agree. Absolutely, but I think that's spot on, to be honest. And maybe that goes to show if we can keep Van de Ven and Romero fit for those Europa League games, then we do have a chance.
But I mean, fitness have always been their issues. That's the reality. And
well, we need to keep them fit.
Yeah, for the near future, for the Europa League run, I completely agree. But like moving forward, we can't just be on these kind of tenterhooks every week about.
Well, no, we need backup
quality.
We need backup depth as well, and that's obviously it. Just happens to be the case when they've been fit. We've had other centre-backs go down, and when the other centre-backs have been fit, Romero and Van de Ven have gone down. Just not had them all fit at the same time.
All right, the next one is Tell again, so we'll move down to...
I think that's it.
Oh, we may as well look at this one. This Men in Blazers is a hilarious moment. The director of Parasite and Spurs fan, Bong Joon-ho, opens up on naming a character in his new film, Mickey 17... after Timo Werner?
Yes, that's what he did. Yeah, he's a big football fan. Bong Joon-ho, very good director. I've seen quite a few of his films, and He said he did a few homages to Spurs in the film there, and one of the players. There's two characters, one called Timo, one called Kai, and after Werner and Havertz.
Why Havertz then?
I don't know. I think he just likes Premier League football as well. So he did one after Timo, one after Kai.
Are you sure he's not like a Chelsea fan that's relishing in that Champions League?
No, he's not. I don't know if he's a Spurs fan, but
Kai
he loves Son.
And Timo Werner.
He definitely loves Son. But yeah, he's under Timo Werner. That's on Dulcinea, which we obviously went on.
Oh yeah, same studio we were at.
Yeah, there we go. Hopefully we'll be back there in the summer.
Yeah, let's hope so. But that is it. That is your Twitter reacts, how the internet did react to